Okay. Ever have the feeling you're seeing double? Good morning, first grade. Are you here? Are you standing? Good morning, Mr. Coulter. We are here. Good morning, first grade. So glad to be here with you again. The sun, with loving light, makes bright for me each day. The heart, with sacred power, gives strength unto my limbs. In sunlight shining clear, I am reverent. The strength of humankind has so graciously been planted in my soul, that I, with all my might, may love to work and learn. Toward us comes light and strength. From us rise love and thanks. So, dear first graders, I hope that you are saying that with me each day, and I know that you don't quite know it, but you can stand up and put your arms out and say it with me all together each day. Try at least. So if I say thus, and you already know it says sun with loving light. And then you know it says makes bright for me each day. And I can lead it and you can chime in and say it with us. And that way we say the greeting of the day all together. All right. Today is, let's see, I think it's the 9th day of September. It is the 9th day of September. Now here we go. The 9th day of September. I'm going to go ahead and put our 11th mark on the chalkboard for our 11th day of school, September 9th. So today is Wednesday. Is that right? Wednesday. D-A-Y spells day. Wednesday, September, T-E-M-B-E-R, September 9. You know, I think it might be better to make a 9 like this. It really looks like an upside down 6 like that, but I think that's a little prettier way to make it, but you can make it either way, like that or like this. We'll get into that when we do the numbers. 2020, which is a very big number. 2020. All right. Wednesday, will you say it with me? Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. In Spanish, we would say miércoles 9 de septiembre, which we would spell a little bit different. I think there would be an I in there. Septiembre, and it would be B-R-E, septiembre, 9 septiembre, 9 septiembre, 2020. Sorry if my accent is not perfect, but that's the best I've got right now. All right, so in English and in Spanish, we have Wednesday, September 9th, 2020, or miércoles 9 de septiembre 2020. Okay, that's done. Oh, days of the week in general, which I'm just going to say in English right now because I should probably practice a little bit more before I try to say them all in Spanish, although I think I could do it. Here we go. Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday, and then Friday, and then the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and the school week starts again on Monday, Tuesday, and back to Wednesday. So again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 7 days in a week, and back to Wednesday again, miércoles again. All right, so then we have, today is the 9th, and remember yesterday would have been the 8th, put a little f at the end of that, little th together makes, we'll cover that later, but Then 8th was yesterday. The day before yesterday was the 7th. The day before that was the 6th. Tricky to say that, and plus it tickles your tongue and your mouth a little bit. The day before that was September 5th. The day before that was the 4th. The 3rd. Then they stopped doing the TH and they do it differently. 3rd. And then the 2nd and the 1st. Why do they do that? There's 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And now they all start with a TH at the end with a th sound at the end. Let's do it together. 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And then we have 4th, 5th. Say it with me even though it tickles. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And tomorrow will be the 10th, of course. All right. Ready to stand up and do? Ready? By the way, it was pointed out to me that I never explained what mana mana lima is, and that means fingers, or at least I didn't make it clear enough. At least put it that way. If I didn't say it, I'm sorry. So we have iho nihu, that's nose, teeth, and we have wahamaka, eyes, mouth, and then of course you know po'o, which is head, po'ohivi, which is shoulders, po'ohivi, kuli, and vavai. And sometimes there's a longer name for toes also, but that's okay. Mana mana lima, fingers. Ready? Standing up. Po'ohivi, kuli, vavai. Po'ohivi, kuli, vavai. Po'ohivi, kuli, vavai. E malamako kino. Maka waha mana mana lima. Maka waha mana mana lima. Maka waha mana mana lima. E malamako kino. Malamako kino, take care of your body. All right, now we have iho nihu leveko kino. Jump. Iho ihu niho leveko kino. Ihu niho leveko kino. E malamako kino. Yes. Now we will then do our sound, and I hope you've been practicing saying things and finding words that start with a sound, or have a sound anywhere in that word, and whether it's really a C or really a K, it doesn't really matter. So we taught a poem yesterday about a cat and a canary. Canary's a little bird, we said, and the Catherine is the person who takes care of the cat. Catherine's clever calico cat caught a cute canary. So it's lots of Let's see how many there are. Catherine's clever calico cat caught a cute canary. 8 sounds. Say it with me. Catherine's clever calico cat caught a cute canary. 8 sounds. So hopefully you've been finding other things that start with k. And we will practice our letter C today, and if we are able to practice it enough, then we can put it right in our main lesson book either at the end of today or tomorrow. And we'll also label this picture that we drew yesterday. And then we have, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Or you could say, Brother John. Morning bells are ringing. Morning bells are ringing. Ding, dang, dong. Ding, dang, dong. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John. Morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding dang dong, ding dang dong. One more time. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John. Morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding dang dong, ding dang dong. And then we're going to set our, when we count by threes, which is rather advanced because we haven't really done much with tens and fives, and twos would be the next one maybe, but threes, we'll sing it to Brother John, that song. All right, I think I see Auntie Jackie at the door. Yeah. Auntie Jackie, are you ready, or do you... I am ready. All right. Oh, look at, there she comes. I can't even see her behind that leaf hardly. Here she is. She's camouflaging herself, sneaking around at the jungle.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Mr. Coulter.
Good morning, Auntie Jackie. Good to see you.
This comes. Good morning, first grade friends. How are you? I have brought in something pretty big. It's a big leaf. I don't think it's bigger than the other leaf I brought in. That first day I brought in a very big leaf. If I move it closer to the camera, it looks even bigger. But if I put it right next to me, you can see it's not as tall as that banana leaf. There you go. I'm looking at the shape of it, and I like to feel it. You know me. I like to ask you guys to feel the things in the garden. And I look to see if it has any fine hairs on the back. And I smell it, of course, right? I can't smell much on that leaf, but that's because I'm a human. Perhaps a dog would smell more things. Look at the back of this leaf. Are you seeing a similar pattern? I am. It reminds me of the other leaves, and it reminds me of a tree's branches and other things that I've often seen in nature. And if we get really close, it looks like the lava at the beach, how it's dry, like just in that nice form. Can you tell I love this stuff? I do. So I'm going to leave this leaf on the side. I will add something I usually add to your flower bouquet. So here's a new set of flowers. They're very small. I brought in the leaves last time, but when I look on the stem and I look more closely, there's those pretty flowers. Can you guys identify the color in that flower? I'm seeing purple. And the stems are not purple. The stems are more like red or maroon. Let me go. As I take it to a certain spot, can you see how it's reminding me of the pattern on the back of the leaf? It looks like those branching veins on the leaf. Okay, you guys, I wanted to show you a couple of things and also ask you some questions. Okay. My first question is, have you been able to find a box in your house and decorate it and start filling it with garden things? If you have not, that's okay. You just keep looking for a box. Some people have shoe boxes and some people have plastic boxes. I've even been using a metal pan, you know, those aluminum pans that we have meals with. I can bring one of those tomorrow to show you. So my question for you is, have you gotten your box? And are you collecting plastic jars and metal things? If you have metal, but if you don't, that's okay. You can do more plastic. And remember, I said, perhaps you remember, I'm using these jars to collect things. So one of the things I collected is this leaf with this cocoon hanging. This cocoon didn't make it. This one died. This is a chrysalis. The chrysalis. This chrysalis I found and I put it in my box. This one is empty. But in this caterpillar, she came out and left her chrysalis empty. Chrysalis. It does start with a C, like cat. So my question for you would be, can you get a box and start putting all your garden things in it? Remember, you got some soil. We talked about putting it in the pot. I'm going to see if you can remember to put the soil in your pot and tap it. We'll visit that tomorrow, okay? Did you remember also a water bottle? You can get all these things and put it in your box and decorate that box. It's so fun. Another thing I wanted to show you is some of the things that were sent home for you, and this one is a cardboard board. This is so that you can go out in the garden and just sit on a rock or stand still and be able to draw things or make colors like the clouds. So you can bring your crayons with you and keep track of them and use it to work on your mama bear crayons and your papa bear crayon edges, and I'm gonna go on the little edge or the big fat edge. So you may take this board into the garden and draw what you see, or be very detailed or broad swath. So you can take this, you can turn the paper over and keep the tape sticky. If not, you could just hold it with your thumb. So this came home for you, and your box items came home for you because I want us to be ready to plant our seeds. And if you've already planted your seeds, thumbs up for you. You'll recognize some of this stuff. Yesterday we looked at the chrysalis and the butterflies outside, and I looked at the other ones today, and I can see their wings inside through the clear chrysalis. So there will be more butterflies today. The ones that we looked at yesterday as they were drying their wings in the morning sun, can you guess what happened? They're gone. They flew away. So I guess these were some details I wanted to make sure you kept track of. Your board and your box. And if you, when you get finished with your garden time with Mr. Coulter, with your class time with Mr. Coulter, I invite you to go out in the garden and look for the biggest leaf you can find. Maybe you can even hide behind it and trick somebody and hide and maybe make some sounds like, come find me. Or if there seem to be very big leaves, find the smallest leaf you can find. I'm noticing on this flower arrangement, I'm seeing very tiny leaves. I'll pick one and show you. Big leaf, small leaf, any leaf. Explore your leaf. That's a little one. It too has a nice shape. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Aloha. Aloha.
Thank you, Auntie Jackie.
Thank you. Can I leave you the big leaf?
Sure.
All right. You don't go hiding on us, man.
I think it's too heavy to put in my little pot, though, here. Probably.
Knock it over.
Tip it right over. Well, that was lovely. Thank you again. And somebody else is now coming for a visit. And we have Uncle David coming at the door. Good morning, Uncle David.
Good morning.
So nice of you to come.
Thank you.
2 visitors in a row. So much fun.
Happy Wednesday.
Thank you very much.
Mind if I move some of this stuff out of the way? All right. And I want you to move some stuff out of your way, too. If you have a lot of things in your way, you're probably sitting down wherever you are right now. And so I thought, what a good way to spend a Wednesday just doing a little bit of movement. So last week, we did some star jumps. And I even heard from a few families that we had some bear crawlers. People doing some bear crawling all over the house. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. I even hope that maybe some of you took some video. I'd love to see that, some of your bear crawling around the house. So today we're going to do 3 exercises. 1, 2, 3 exercises, okay? So our first exercise that we're going to do is star jumps. So last week, I believe we did 10 star jumps. This week, I want to see if we can do 20 star jumps, okay? So 20 star jumps. Now, if you need to, pause the video, get some water, get something to drink, because we're going to do multiple activities, and you might get a little sweaty, you might get thirsty, so if at any time you need to pause the video, you can do that. But if you already have that ready, let's go ahead and get started with our star jumps. So we're going to do 20 star jumps together. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Ready and begin. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, very good. Now I want you to put your hand over your heart. I want you to feel your heartbeat. Can you feel your heartbeat going poof, 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 poof? It's pumping much harder now. It should be. That's a good sign. We're doing something called calisthenics. And this is what you really want to get your heart beating really fast. You might even be a little bit out of breath. All right? So we're going to take about a minute to rest. And we're going to start on our next exercise. So our next exercise, I'll explain to you what it's going to be. It's going to be something called a mountain climber. Has anyone ever climbed a mountain before? Good. So here's what we're going to do for a mountain climber. Okay? You're going to start off on your hands and feet, just like the bear crawl. Just like so. And you're going to bring one leg up and back, and then the other leg up and back. And it'll look something like this. Like you're climbing up a mountain. Okay?
It's very challenging, Uncle David. I bet they can do it if they practice, though.
We're going to pause for just a second, take another deep breath, get a drink of water, and then we're going to start doing 20 mountain climbers. All right? 20 mountain climbers. Okay? Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. We're going to do 20 mountain climbers. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Well done, first grade. Well done. So we're going to take another 1 minute break, 60 seconds. Take a drink of water, take a deep breath, and now feel your heart. Should be even beating a little bit more fast. Feel that? So now what we're going to do before we do our next exercise, what I want to do is take you through a breathing exercise. So take a nice, long, deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out slowly through your mouth. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Take another deep breath in. And breathe out. Take another deep breath in. And breathe out. And our last one, take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Very good. What we're doing with our breath hold is we're actually controlling our heartbeat a little bit. We actually get to be in control of how quickly and how slowly your heart can beat. So for our last exercise, we're going to do something that's called a squat. It's very simple. All you have to do is put your feet just wider than your hips. Don't go out too wide. This is too wide. This is too skinny. This is too small. Just over your hips distance. My hips are here. If I go down, my feet should be a little bit wider. And all we're going to do is put our hands out in front of us and squat down like this and back up. Your knees can be out a little bit, turned out just a little bit. You don't want your knees looking like this. This would be like a duck. You don't want to squat like this. That's not very good for your knees or your hips. So your knees can actually be sort of curved out a little bit. And we're going to do 20 squats. All right? Are you guys ready? Okay. Arms out and begin. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Can you smile? 16, 17. 2 more. 18, 19. Last one. 20. Good job. Now you can shake it out. Shake out your body a little bit. Shake your legs. pat yourself on the stomach, on the sides, on your arms, chest, legs, all the way down. Give yourself a good pat. All right, make sure you get a lot of water. Make sure you keep taking some of these breathing exercises to make your heart rate go down a little bit so you can even breathe a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Very good. I hope you had a good time today getting a little workout. What I really want for you to do is try to get some activity every single day. Every day of the week, doing some type of activity. All right? At home, you should have this. You should have, in your packet, a physical health board. So there's all sorts of really fun activities for you to do at your house. All right? You can quickly touch 20 things in 4 different rooms. You can run around the outside of your house 3 times if that's safe. You can even do push-ups or jumping jacks or even star jumps. You can do squats like we just did. All right, so
And bear walks are pretty tiring too.
Yeah, and bear walks, you can bear walk around the house. So can you do everything on this list? Let's see if you can do everything that's on this list by the end of the week. Maybe just doing 1, 2, or 3 exercises a day. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good afternoon, and I can't wait to see you again. Aloha.
Uncle David, before you leave, will you do something with me? Help me
Yeah.
do something? So you probably know the sailor went to sea, and if you don't, that's okay because I can teach it to you.
Yep.
Would you like to put your mask on, and then we can be close to each other?
Yeah.
So I tried to teach this yesterday, but then I realized my video wasn't running, and so I had to, and Jackie was here, but
Yeah.
I'll do it with you. So it's down here. The sailor went to sea to see what he could see, but all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. And we'll do it again for you so you can learn it, but the letter C we've been working on, of course, sounds exactly like this word, sea, which means the ocean, and this word see, which means I see you. So in this game, we use the sailor went to sea to see what he could see. So we're using both of those. We're kind of playing with those 2 different spellings.
Nice.
All right, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it one time fast and
Yeah.
one time slow.
Okay.
The sailor went to sea to see what he could see, but all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. And one time slow so everyone gets it right. So you can do it like this, facing the camera, first graders. And we'll do it facing the camera too. Why not? The sailor went to sea to see what she could see, but all that she could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. Great.
Nice.
And I have one more thing. Can we challenge you in a game of tic-tac-toe?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so if you don't know how to play tic-tac-toe, first graders, you can push play right here. You might know how to play already. 2 straight lines that way, 2 straight lines this way. Would you like to go first, Uncle David?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'll be orange
Okay, and I'll be,
and X's.
you'll be orange X's, I'll be those.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, Uncle David. Beat me in tic-tac-toe. Uncle David, can we have a rematch?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'll leave that one there. Let's go over on this other side now.
I think I had the lucky color.
I think you're just good at this, Uncle David. You are the games teacher
I
after all.
have played a lot of Tic-Tac-Toe, so
I
I'll
didn't
try
think
this
anybody
out.
could beat me, though, I must say.
Oh, you didn't think anyone?
I didn't think so. I'm gonna try to
Okay.
beat you this time.
Okay, well let's
Well,
see.
I'm gonna try to tie you at least.
All right, we will do. Let's try something different.
Come on, you're not gonna use the same strategy.
We'll try a different strategy.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's try here. Oh, I can't let you do that.
Oh, he almost had 3 in a row. 1, 2. I almost had 3 in a row, so he blocked me there. But now he almost has 3 in a row, so I have to block him there.
Yep, and the last spot is. And the cat one.
The cat's game. That's right. It's a
We
cat's
always
game.
say the cat wins if it's
That's right.
if nobody wins. The
That's
cat
right.
wins.
A tie game. Another word for that is a draw or
Yeah.
a cat's game. They call it. I wonder why they call it a cat's game.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
thank you so much.
Thank you. That was a pleasure. I had
Yeah.
so much fun today. Thank you so much, first grade. You guys have a wonderful rest of your class, and I cannot wait till we get to play again. So, I'll see you later.
Great. Thank
Bye.
you. In first grade, that would be your homework. Play tic-tac-toe. Try to get tic-tac-toe 3 in a row against a family member or anybody who takes care of you. That would be a good thing to do. And I am very curious if I try to play him again when he started in the corner. He started here in the corner. I think I should have gone in this corner to start with instead of in the middle. He tricked me, and I did not know. I always start in the middle, personally, which is what he did on this side. Anyway, you keep playing and playing and playing and see if you can make it so nobody can beat you. Always have a cat's game. But for a while, you'll probably find that you can win sometimes, depending on who you're playing, and sometimes someone will beat you. Great. So the next thing I'd like to do, even though it's getting close to the end, I want to practice the letter C. So you need scratch paper and a writing utensil of some sort, and we'll eventually end up putting this in our main lesson book, probably tomorrow. But we will write some words on our cat drawing here, and to start with, let's do this. Let's practice our C. It's going to be a nice curve. We'll practice capital C and lowercase c. Or we could call this uppercase C, big curve, and a lowercase c. I'll keep practicing because even though I'm a grown-up, I can still improve and make mine more beautiful. And lowercase, this is another case where the little child looks exactly like its parent. Only just half the size. Half the size. This one is half the size of that one. And I can flip that around the other way and say this one is double the size of this one. In other words, you could fit 2 of those in there, pretty close at least. I'll do one more row, and I hope you are also doing them. Just practice. You don't have to look up here as you're doing it because you already know how to do it at this point. Always start all your letters from the top, first grade. Big C, little c, 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 big C, little c. All right. And I put the C up here as well so that we would be ready to have our third letter at the beginning, and we have those in the middle and the end. And now I'm going to write cat and crescent moon. So I'm just going to give this picture a title, or a fancy word for that is a caption. A little bit better word for a little words that go on the same or underneath the picture, we could call it a caption. It's a caption, or it's kind of the title of this drawing. That's another way of saying that. A caption, I might actually say, the cat walked alone through the wet, wild woods. That would be a better caption. This is more the title. The title of the story is actually The Cat Who Walks by Himself. But we're just going to write cat and crescent moon because that's what's in this picture. And you can write right across anywhere. You can even go right over the moon if you want to. If you need to start in the middle because there's more space there, or if you want to write in a dark color over the grass, that is okay too. But you need more space than just one line. So I'm going to start right here on this one. I'm going to write C. I'm going to bring the camera closer. 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 Now the camera is closer. Camera, closer. They both start with a k sound. Cat. A. T. And letter T is a really important one, which I'm going to get to really soon, so that we can now write words like cat, because we already have those two letters, and now we can get the T going. Cat. You know what I'm going to do? In fact, I guess I'm going to write the word and right here. I was considering writing a plus sign instead. I'm just going to write cat plus crescent crescent T. There's that T again. Crescent, cat and crescent. That's actually enough, I think, cat and crescent. But we can write moon if we want to as well. Mountains. Moon. Ooh. Like a cow says moo. There's the ooh. I wrote this N just below this other N, which I made a little bit messy. Crescent moon. Cat and crescent moon. I am satisfied with that. I think that is enough. And now I would say you take your time to finish that, and I will read Tic-Toes. And the Tic-Toes story I would like to read today actually has some of the letters that I would like to address next. So I'm going to sit right here in front of the, read by the light of the moon perhaps, and we will start, we'll skip ahead a little ways because I'm excited to get to the rest of the alphabet, letters that we can use really, really useful words to make a lot of, letters we can use to make a lot of words. So I'm going to jump ahead to the Q because I want to do Q, R, S, and T as soon as possible, hopefully this week. And I'm going to read what they did, what Tom and Juneberry did about letters Q, R, S, and T. Chapter 20, Q is for Queen Quincy. They left Chiron's pasture, Chiron is their horse, and wandered to the elm tree where Tom and June had their swing. Farmer John had tied an old car tire to a long rope, and the children liked to play there. They sat on the grass in the sun and listened to the birds. They could see Chiron, the horse, in his pasture. He'd settled down and was cropping the grass. Pinecone is going to tell you a story, said Tiptoes. I am, said Pinecone. I thought you were going to tell the tale of the queen, said Tiptoes. That was Pepperpot, said Pinecone. He's going to tell the story. I am, said Pepperpot. I thought you were going to tell the tale. Both of you tell it, laughed Juneberry. You're both good storytellers. Okay, said Pinecone. I'll start. Once upon a time there was a queen. Her name was Queen Quincy, and she was a haughty queen. And a little tubby, said Pepperpot. Her face was so round it was like the letter O. Haughty. That means that's not a good thing to be. Oh, that's right, said Pinecone. Now Queen Quincy had a funny habit. When she didn't like something, which was often, she would stick out her tongue sideways, just like this, said Pepperpot, puffing out his cheeks like balloons and sticking out his tongue from the side of his mouth. Tom and June tried to do the same thing, but found it hard to do. It was almost impossible. That's what Queen Quincy did, said Pinecone. She stuck out her tongue at anything she did not like, and no one could do anything about it because she was the queen, and that was that. As time went on, Queen Quincy liked things less and less, and the less she liked things, the more she stuck out her tongue. Bit by bit, she found it hard to pull her tongue back in her mouth. At first, only the tip of her tongue stayed peeked out. Then a little more showed, then some more, and then more. Finally, her tongue always stayed sticking out the side of her mouth. When the people were deciding how the letter Q should be written, said Pepperpot, drawing the letter Q in the dirt with his finger, everyone agreed that Queen Quincy would make the best Q ever, and that's what they did. Tom grinned, but Juneberry looked a little worried. Sometimes she stuck her tongue out at Tom. Tiptoes patted her back. Don't worry, Juneberry, she said. I don't think your tongue will get stuck, but it's better to watch what you do with it. You never know what might happen. The children wrote the letter Q in their books. First they drew the circle and then the squiggle coming out of it. It felt nice to write the letter Q. Suddenly Tom jumped up and ran to the tire swing. Watch, he said, crawling through the hole. He stopped halfway through. See? The Q? He said, wiggling as the gnomes and Tiptoes clapped their hands. Good find, they cried. And there's Tom. That's the lowercase q. And the uppercase q. Chapter 21, R is for rabbit. The children played on the swing for a while. First, Juneberry asked Tom to push her as high as he could. Then Tom lay inside the tire and Juneberry twirled him round and round till the rope bunched up and lifted him off the ground. Then he untwirled the other way, going faster and faster until he was dizzy. He got out of the tire and staggered about. He flopped down on the grass beside the gnomes. You were doing lots of R's spinning round and round like that, said Pepperpot. R is a rolling, rotating, revolving sound. That's right, said Pinecone, like a runner racing rapidly around the roundabout. The letter R looks like that, said Pepperpot, drawing an R slanting forward. To make him look like he's moving, you have to write him slanty. If you draw him standing, said Pinecone, then he's like a D who decided to grow legs and go for a walk, or a P who got tired of standing with his feet together. Tom and June practiced writing capital R. They wrote it upright and slanting forwards. June wanted to see what it looked like slanting backwards. Now it looks like a rascal tiptoeing towards mischief, said Tom. That's right, said Pepperpot. He's tiptoeing towards the pantry to snatch a granola bar. A granola bar, exclaimed Pinecone. He's not tiptoeing toward a granola bar. He's going to pull a rhinoceros's tail. Oh my goodness, exclaimed Pepperpot, the tip of his cap shooting up and sparkling. And then what happened? That rascally R snuck and snook on his two tippy toes and to the rhino, and the rhino never noticed him at all, said Pinecone. He was just la-di-da, munching the grass like he always does. Suddenly he felt his tail being tugged. He whirled around, his spiky horn looking very dangerous all of a sudden. Rascally R's eyes grew rapidly round. He raced away from that rhinoceros, but too late. The rhino tossed him into the air, and he whirled round and round so fast that he flew away like a helicopter. And then what? Asked Pepperpot. Don't be silly, said Pinecone. That's the end of the story. Tom and June practiced drawing R in their books. They'd almost finished when a rabbit raced across the grass in front of them. "Look," Tom cried, "a rabbit!" As soon as he called out, the rabbit stopped. It stood on his hind legs and peered at them. He tweaked his ears. Juneberry smiled. "And capital R is for a rabbit's head," she said. "It is," said Tiptoes and the gnome, staring hard at the rabbit's head. "Yes, but the R's upside down," said Juneberry, and then they saw it. I think we had better stop right there, speaking of R, and we will just go ahead and practice R a bit as well. And then we can, we can put the R and the C in our main lesson books tomorrow. So I will do the R, and you will practice R. I'm going to do it a few more times, right here as well. I will practice it several times. I think this time I'm going to practice capital R only at first. Uppercase capital R. Straight line. I'm going to make this one bigger. Straight line. Curve to the middle. And down. Straight line down. Curve to the middle of this, and down. And this one ends about where that is. Yeah? So I'm going to do one more capital R. Curve and straight down. Remember, one more. Always start from the top. Go down, back to the top, curve around, and right down from there. Now, lowercase r is a little strange. It does not look so much like its parent. And it's half the size, but you still start from the top, but now we're starting right in the middle. And we're going to go down, and we're going to bounce. Boing, 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 boing. And we're going to stop right there, right there. It does look like it is thinking about growing up into a big R, doesn't it? Yeah. A little half size. I'm going to make one capital over here so that you can see that the lowercase is half as big. We start from right here, the halfway mark. We go down and bounce. And stop right there. One more. Go down, bounce, and right to there. So that is all for today. Please practice your R and your C, uppercase and lowercase. And tomorrow we will put them in our main lesson books. All right, see you tomorrow, dear ones.